It's affected my life in a lot of ways. At first, it was very difficult. And by the way, if you don't know the story, to sum it up, I got stabbed in the face, had 160 stitches in my face, permanent nerve damage on the left side of my face. That's why I don't really smile that much, because my smile's only, I get like a half a smile. Gone through a lot of depression issues, a lot of very dark times, to say the least. But ultimately, you know, it's made me a better person. What I learned from the experience, I wouldn't trade for anything. And if I could take it back, I wouldn't, because I think ultimately it's made me a better person. If you want to hear the whole story, you can go back and listen to episode 1. Now, what I do want to talk about, though, is something that I think is very important for a lot of you guys listening. And this isn't going to take real long. It's just something that I think is important to note, and something that we really haven't talked about too much. A lot of people ask me, because, you know, this permanently affected my life. It affected my self-esteem. It gave me depression issues, severe depression issues. I'm not talking about feeling bad. I'm talking about being literally fighting the urge to kill yourself every single day, multiple times a day for years of my life. And people say, don't you want to get him back? Don't you want to do something back to him? Don't you want, how do you feel about him and this and that? And the truth of the matter is, guys, is that, I forgave the guy who did this a long time ago. Ultimately, like I said, it's been a great thing for me, because I've gotten stronger, I've gotten better. It made me more memorable. There's a million benefits that incident has contributed. And to be honest, if it hadn't have happened, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys right now and living the life that I live. But what I want to talk about is, because people have such a hard time grasping the concept of how you could forgive someone who's done something that's so horrible to you. A lot of you guys will argue with people, you'll fight with people, you'll hold a grudge over a fucking argument, okay? And let me explain something to you guys. Like I say all the time, we only have so much energy in our lives, and energy is spent on every single thing that we do. And if you spend energy holding grudges against people, or wishing bad on people, or hoping bad things, happen to their lives, or spending it in anger and bitterness about why things happen or why people did things to you, guys, you don't have as much energy to live a positive life, and you don't have as much energy to move forward or create and build the life that you actually want. And a lot of you guys get caught up, because it is a very common thing for people to not forgive people when they fuck up. And let's be fucking real, dude. Everybody fucks up. I've done so many dumb things in my life that I'm not proud of. I've hurt people. I've done, mindless things that had consequences that I didn't realize. I've disappointed people. I've made bad decisions. And, it's important to realize that when you're not perfect, nobody else is perfect either. And so when you hold a grudge and you're angry and you don't want to forgive, there might come a time in your life later where you do something stupid, or you make a bad decision, or you do something that affects people in a negative way that you're not proud of. And guess what? Those people might not forgive you. And so, guys, there's multiple things that can happen here, positive and negative, in terms of forgiveness. But I think the biggest thing that you have to understand is that by not forgiving, you're putting an emotional burden that takes away from the quality of your life. Okay. And so for that reason, when I think of the guy who stabbed me, I don't think of him negatively. I genuinely, truly hope in my heart that he's improved as a person, that he's become stronger, that he's become better, and that he's living a good life, and that he's learned from the entire experience. And guys, when people do you wrong, and you've heard this from the days of Dr. Seuss, when you don't forgive and you don't let people off the hook, so to speak, really who you're hurting is yourself. Because A, you're carrying an emotional burden that you don't need to carry. B, I believe in karma, and I think you're creating karma in a way where, when you fuck up, people aren't going to be as forgiving of you. Okay. And C, you're taking the energy that you could be using to produce a positive life and spending it on something that just doesn't fucking matter anymore. All right. So I want you guys to listen to me, and I want you to realize, because I get so many DMs and emails from you guys talking about how so-and-so did you wrong, or someone did something bad to you, or someone did something that hurt your feelings or hurt you physically, and how to get over it. And the truth of the matter is, you just got to let it go. You just got to let it go. It didn't take me 15 years to let this man who did this to me off the hook. I had to let it go right afterwards, because if I didn't, I would have killed myself. If I didn't, I would have been miserable my whole life. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be sitting where I am right now. So guys, when you think about the people who have done wrong, the people who have said things, all right, let's just talk about how minimal it is for people to quote unquote say things to you. All right. Like, does it really fucking matter? Is there really that much not going on in your life that you're going to get that upset about something that someone said to you? It's so popular these days to see someone talking about, all these things. We see in pop culture, they put us on a reality show and they show somebody fighting for 3 fucking episodes about a sentence that was said. Guys, let it go. There's going to be bad things that happen to you. There's going to be people that do you wrong. There's going to be people that do things that anger you and upset you and disappoint you. But on the flip side, you're going to do things wrong. You're going to anger people. You're going to do things that disappoint people and let people down and make people lose respect for you. And you're going to need forgiveness too. So guys, what I'm saying here is learn to forgive. Learn to understand that people are human just like you're human. And learn to understand that you're going to make mistakes just like they're going to make mistakes. And when you start to think of yourself as a human instead of some perfect being, it's a lot easier for you to forgive other people for doing things that are wrong to you, which is going to lift the emotional pressure, which is going to give you energy, which is going to make you feel better. And honestly, I think it's going to create better karma for you long term. And I know this isn't something that we talk about a lot on here, and it's not necessarily, quote unquote success related, but I truly believe it is success related, because at the bottom line, it takes your focus off what's important and what your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish. Okay. And I thought, today being a 15-year anniversary of a very, very pivotal event in my life, it would be a good opportunity to talk about that process. Because I think if I could forgive someone who literally took my fucking face away, you can forgive someone who said a few things to you or who did something to you. Okay. And I know there's bad things that happen, right? There's bad things that happen. There's way worse things that happen. But the more you hold on to it, the more you're handicapping yourself. The more you talk about it in a negative way, the more negativity you're bringing into your life. That's my message for you guys today. It's just this. Realize you're going to fuck up. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to do things that disappoint people. You're going to do things that let people down. You're going to do things you're embarrassed of. And when those things happen, you're going to wish that the people that you did them to will give you a chance of forgiveness. And to get that chance, I think it's important that you give it first.